Good evening. I hope this all works. I hope it all sounds good and I hope it looks good. It's a very different setup. It's incredibly different. I have detached my main PC from my laptop. This is my new laptop. Shiny new laptop. Shiny. It's a dual screen laptop actually. So it's rather nice. It's very nice. The keyboard isn't actually currently fitted because the keyboard clicks over the bottom screen and looks something like that. I'm using both screens, so hopefully it's going to look good. But it also means I gain another view, and I gain an emergency view because I've had a couple of problems with the webcam disconnecting. So I do gain an alternative view as an emergency, because what I gain now is I've got the webcam. Oh, it's actually frozen, so I've got the webcam from the camera. Let me just reset that. It's because I've just unplugged my, let me just get sort this out. So that is the laptop webcam. So that should disappear and come back. There we go. So I've got the laptop webcam. So this is the webcam that's fitting there at the top of the screen. So I've got that as an alternative, which means I can also, if I need to tilt the laptop around, you can see a different view of me. And then I've also still got side cam. I've got that one as well. So you can see that I'm in latex. I have been in latex all afternoon because we've been to a party. I'll stick some photos up on the Discord later. But we've been at a party and I was in full latex for the entire party. Come on, focus, you arsehole. So I was in latex for the full party. The only thing I've lost is I've now lost the ability to mirror this screen onto this screen, because obviously they're two separate PCs. So it's not, the only way it's linked is through an HDMI link, which also means that when I do this, you get my full PC screen, which is done through the capture card. So at the moment, I don't know how well that's going to work. But this is the going forward setup. Is the what is it mirrors the sound different? Shouldn't be, but I don't know, it might be slightly different. The thing is, I'm not using Beacon anymore, I'm using HyperX. So it's HyperX Potato, which does have some processing. I mean, let me know if anything's not loud enough, because I do have some control. That's my top screen has the HyperX, the voice meter on it, I mean. So if the sound is slightly different, just let me know. I shall turn that around a little bit, because you're looking at the side of me. There we go. So you should see the mic. There's the mic. Look, there's the mic. So hopefully everything's working fine. So yes, I'm still in latex. I've been in latex all afternoon. So I don't know if I'm going to survive till 9 o'clock in latex. It might seems a bit more shallow or a bit more thin. Yeah, I'm not sure really. I mean, I've just given it a boost on the volume. I have to be careful because if I go too far, it starts clipping. Let me just check there's no compressors on. Let me just check there's no effects in line. Filters. Oh, let me turn the compressor off. That I don't know if that makes any difference. I've just turned the compressor off. I just put a safety compressor off just in case it clips. But I can also now monitor it myself, even though I go to get a weird delay if I do that. So I can monitor it myself. Yeah, it might have just been the compressor. I just put it on as a safety compressor when I was testing, so it might just be that. But putting the main stuff on, so if I unmute that, because I can unmute, I'm still using it. So you should now get the Valheim music. Are we seeing that? Will we see the Valheim music? Because yes, we are getting the Valheim music. There we go. So there's the Valheim music. So I've actually got more control over the sound that you're getting. Oh, bloody Logitech software. So yeah, you should now have Valheim. No Valheim music yet. Well, it's not music, it's just ambience. You should have ambience, you should have... If I click that, and then that. And then log in. You should be getting the... So let me log into the server. Hope the server works. Should have seashore. Yeah, the only thing is I've got 2 mice on my mouse mat now, but it is a big mouse mat, so it's not a problem. So we are now in Valheim, and it looks something like that. So yes, I'm seeing the Valheim music dipping up and down on the OBS stream, which you should also see and hear. So at the moment, I was building the airship, and to be honest, as amazing as it is and as wonderful as it is, I'm feeling like a break. And I did start the hotel, so let me just change the environment to clear and the time of day to 0.5. Yeah, don't worry, it was only short. But what I did is I figured out a technique. To do these. So if you notice, I've done quite a few of them. But yeah, we're going to try this anyway, because the next step is that I totally refresh start my PC. But now I've moved a lot of stuff over to my laptop, I can do that without as much worry. So what I did is I developed a technique to do these. So basically rotate it. Let me just give that a few more slapping points. So we rotate it and then tip it up, and then on the blue one just tip it in 1 or 2, and you should get, I think that was the one, the reason I left that one because the snapping point was a bit odd. Yeah, so look, it doesn't want to snap there. That's got to snap. Now the next thing I've also got to do, because I was very aware of this. Food poisoning, dude, what you been eating? Have you been using Vic's recipe book? You've been using the Victor Villanovic recipe book. I'm just trying to do 2, so try 2. So that's bringing up at the wrong angle. It's actually very loud for me, that. But luckily I've got separate control of my level. Bad chicken. Yeah, well, I've seen pics of Vic's cooking, so yeah, you're right. I don't think he poisoned anybody deliberately. Probably accidentally, perhaps. But, you know, you never know. 2, 3. So 3 is too tight, I think. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, 3 is too tight. So if we go 3, 2. 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 2, 3. So that's still too tight. So 3, 2, 2, 2, and then 3 again. 3, 1, 2, 3. That's pretty much got it. I think. I'm not expecting perfect lineup because it's just the nature of the beast. Yeah, that's pretty much got it. So if I now go and put that same arrangement up there, and then the same arrangement at that end as well. And then building pipette that, and with that not in place. Oh, no, not that. I need that out of place as well. One, two. I think it was two. Yep, so if I build in pipette that now. Rotate it flat. Gone in. Rotate it flat and put that one in, and then just rotate it back and put that one in. Go on. So that's that one. And then rotate it over. Right, that's the end I need to go at this side, so let me rotate that under. That's not snapping onto there, ironically. Just check that's right though. Yep, that's right. I'll put it on there. Oh, there goes my hammer. And then rotate it around again. I think the angle might be wrong there. Yeah, that's not right. Something's gone wrong there. It's the usual case with snapping though. So this is that side. So let me start at the other end instead. I can't, can I? This is that. If I snap to the other end. Need to build a dry dock. You would. You need a dry dock. Right, the problem is I can't actually see what the angle is. I think that's too far. Yeah, I think we've got an issue here. Because it's working on the bottom, but it's not working on the top. Is it going to work on this end? See if that works that way. So yeah, it's doing the same there, look, it's not lining up. Could just be misshapen. Because the angle's right. Yeah, it's too close, look. But if I turn it one more up, it's too far. Let me just check the other end. So snap at the bottom. Just see if it don't work upside down. Oh, come on. Try it that way. Ah, that works. So I should be able to just rotate that around into those two. And then it's just a case of uppy down is here. Small uppy downy, there we go. Just to fill those gaps in. Ready to take a Valheim break? No, well, what I'm doing or planning is, I'm planning on taking a break from this build or this item because it's doing my head in. Getting all these flags lined up and everything is doing my head in. And the problem is I don't think I can just copy paste easily. So what I'm planning on doing is having a break from this because I've got the hotel half finished up here. So I need to finish the hotel because the hotel's up here. Yeah, that's the hotel. The hotel isn't finished. So that's my plan, is to do the hotel. So it's not a Valheim break, it's a hotel building break. Oh, here we go. Here they go, here they're starting. Thank you for that. Get out my hotel. You grayling. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing. Because that is doing my head in. That bloody... Right, does that stick through outside of that? I think it did. Just. Only just. Oh, one of my mates who didn't make it to the party. It's his loss. Yeah, I actually think, yeah, that might actually be the most difficult build I've ever done. I got to the point where I was just like, I need a break from this. I need a break from this because I'm losing my spirit with it. You know what I'm like when I've got the spirit of a build going. It just gets better. The party was absolutely superb, thank you. I mean, as I say, I was over there in my latex, and it felt just very good. We've just been to see Mushti. I was also in latex when I saw Mushti, and she thought it was wonderful. It's a very me thing. Right, so what I did is, because obviously the land rises there, so I started building a stairway up here. Now with Grouston you don't get blocks of Grouston. So all you get is walls like that. So if you want to do Grouston, you end up with this weird step thing, because I don't think you get you don't as such. But what you can do when you've got what I've got is you can do stuff like that. You go maximum angle, which is that one. What you can do is this. And the only bit you get is, that's a bit annoying, is you do get like a little step effect there. Now what I've not tried to do yet is that. Because I was thinking to myself, how do I get around this step effect? And you know, I think that's the solution. I think that's the way around with the step effect. It does mean you can't really use the space underneath the stairs though. That's one of those things, I suppose. Right, so what I can do here is that. And I'm reckoning, if I do that, that actually looks really good. If I do that, means I can also get rid of that piece. Not like that. Is there any piece I can snap so that's any good? No, I'm going to have to snap to there. No, I'll keep the angle then. So that's the staircase. The only bit is that. I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with that. Is there a way I can do that? If I put a stone there and then snap to the bottom of that stone instead. Does that leave a little hole? Yes. So what do I prefer, the hole? Actually, what I could do is put the balustrade in. Like that. And then like that. So that sort of works, although I do get the weird angle thing going on. And then for under the stairs there. What I'm thinking is if I can use that as a snap. And then take it down like that. So that's the only problem is the... Oh, didn't mean to do that. I don't get a long thin piece that'll do that, do I? So I have to do it that. The Grouston stairs. Let me just leave the Grouston stairs out for the second. So that's the only problem. The angle at angle isn't correct. Hello, Vic. Just been talking about you, Vic. Poor goats had food poisoning. Right, so let me copy that now. Pet one of those. I didn't ask it quite like that, Goat. I didn't say you'd poisoned you. I asked if he'd made any of the rest, if it was one of his recipes. No, it's more this block. So you've got a block of noodles. You're running with a block of noodles. So you've got super noodles, basically. They're super duper duper noodles. Curry block. You're paraphrasing. You're incriminating. That's what you're doing. So my possibility is that I use that for the second. I use that for the second level, and have like a mid-level. So I could have a level at this end with more bedrooms, and it'd have to just be raised. And because of all that room there. Wow, this has been a bit oversensitive today when I delete stuff. So I've got that there. So if I remove that, I mean, what I could just do is flatten the bloody mountain, to be honest. If I just level it to there. That's the easiest way. Just level the ground. And then get rid of the peak. Oh, not like that. Oh, it's doing that bloody thing where it don't want to level. Like that. And then just get rid of the peak. Just doing it again, it's just jumped up. If I take the peak off, that'll let me lower it a bit more. Yes, I just got back from a party. It was a goth. It was a birthday party, but it was down as a funeral party because it was somebody saying goodbye to the 20s. So it was a funeral for somebody's youth, because suddenly they're having to do adult things. Fuck's sake. It was very good fun. It was an outdoor picnic style thing, so it was a good fun. The weather was tolerable for it. I am getting such snow blindness here. I think I might have to move the sun. Have you been anywhere then lately, Vic? Shiny or otherwise? I'm saying notes about my 20s. I'm still a child at heart. Oh, my keys have stopped working. There we go. For some reason, my clickback key stopped working then. That wasn't good. Right, get rid of the trees, get rid of the rocks. So yeah, what I need to do is... Tough work week. You're getting a bit stressed, dude. Right, it's shiny Sunday, innit? So if I put those on, that'll stop it snow blinding me. So at the moment I'm getting a lot of snow blindness from this. So I'll put a grouse stone on. What I need to do is decide what I'm going to do now. Do I repeat that structure? Which I'm a bit loath to do because that's where the roller coaster goes through. So I'm a bit loath to repeat that. I'm a bit more for the idea of putting a tower on this corner, perhaps a square tower. So take that back in. And then put a square tower, because I've got a hexagonal tower on this corner. Octagonal tower on this corner. I've got 2 octagonal abutments. So I'm thinking a square tower on this corner. Or even a round tower. But round is just making me feel a bit like, no. Now the other thing I do need to do is drop the land a little more. So what I will do is I'll manually drop it. Create a better level point. And then try and level it a bit further out. Just need to get rid of the bits of snow that are poking through. No there, not there. Right, does that snow poke through there? No, that's stopped the snow poking through. So I'm thinking a square tower here. Which is cool, because a square tower is quite an easy build as well. Right, that one will be easy to get rid of, because I'll just knock that one down with pickaxe. I still need a front door, actually, as well. That one's knocked down as well. So that'll be the tower, which will be 3 out, 4 wide. So silver then. Right, let me just reduce the snapping positions because I don't need that many. To be honest, my other half tortures herself at work and I don't know why. She spends ages worrying about things that aren't for worrying about. Right, so that's the corner tower, and then this will be the end of the building. So that'll be the back of the building, and that's the back corner. So I might put one more hexagonal tower on that corner. Perhaps put even a small full hexagonal tower, not as big as that. like an octagonal tower. But I need to think more about the pitch of the roof now. So I'm going to copy that as my roof, because that does work. So it's like that, isn't it? Is it? No, it's not. Oh, I remember what I did. I put, because it's a steep pitch, and I put one of those on that angle. I think that went there, like that. Or is it even higher? No, it's not. What did I do? Is it one of those? I'm sure I did pitch at roof. I think it's one of those snaps on that corner there. With its other one snapped there. I think it's that. Which means when I put one down there, and one down there, they drop nicely to either side, and then I do need another part way one, which I think lines up somewhere in there. Because that seems higher. And then it's an internal one there. Which is what gives me the... Yes, I've got my new laptop doing all the heavy lifting of the stream. Oh, for fuck's sake, I can't get that. Where is it? Where is it? There's one in there somewhere. That one. I don't know why that didn't want to demolish. Yeah, the laptop is doing the heavy lifting of the streaming because the desktop was... something wasn't right. And it was having a lot of crashes. And I'd had a few blue screen of death crashes, which is like game over. But at least now, if I use let's go to the side camera. So yeah, at least now I've just noticed I've got a source missing on this window. Let me just put this source on this window. I'm just going to do a couple of quick. This is what I'm doing. Can I offer feedback? Go on then. Can you offer feedback? What's your feedback? I am all for feedback. I've noticed. Yeah, I've noticed I've noticed we have lost. Game sound is not very clean anymore. Right. Both your camera and the game seem a bit too bright. I will have a look at those. For my next stream, I'll just check on those. Let me just try doing it with normal, because the game is running in. The game isn't running in HDMI. Isn't running in. That's just turn one light. The game sounds like a microphone picks it up from speakers. Right, let's see where that's coming in from then. Let's just check the sources. Well, first of all, I'm just going to check the... I'm just going to add a browser source. Because I've noticed my Stream Elements is missing. Right, there we go. Stream Elements is back. No, I need to know. It's a new setup, dude. So I need to know what's not right. And then the game sound is coming in from the HyperX and the shocks. So let me change that to ripsaw. Wrong keyboard. So sound is coming in from the ripsaw. Let me just check that and continue and see if you are getting the right sound source. So that's the sound source that you've got. I'm just going to kill the mic. Just check where that's coming from. So that's coming in through the ripsaw. So yeah, the only thing I can think is if my microphone's a bit loud. So yeah, I've turned one of my lights off because that light would probably dazzling it a bit. Although to be fair, my good lady, yeah, my monitor is looking very bright. Let me just check I'm not in HDR mode because that is so bright. I mean, it's not helping. To be fair, it's not helping that I am in the mountain because it's blinding me. That's normal. And that is what's also washing me out, look. So when I go into the mountain, look, and I'm looking at that sort of scene. Most of the light on the right, it's that there. It's that one. Let me just sort that out then. Right, I've just turned that one down a little bit more. So there we go. I've sorted a few things out. As I say, with the monitor, unfortunately, yeah, I'm getting blindness from it, to be honest. But it's because we're building in the mountains. So that's not going to help. Right, that's the wrong height. It's that one. Yeah, building in the mountains is so bad. You just get dazzled all the time, it's terrible. So like there, look at that, I mean that is so bright. You get snow blindness. Let me just try some of that. TOD 0.75. You see the difference there? So that's late twilight. 0.65, let's go 6.5. So basically I've just moved the sun a little bit. So that might help. So yeah, what I've had to do there is I've had to put a line of ones along there. That's why I ended up with that weird arrangement. Because I had to put a line of ones. Let me just carry that same line along. I'm not carrying it on like this, but I want to make sure that there's a gap. Yeah, there is, so that's fine. So it'll be that. But I mean, this the main PC now has no webcam on it. So the only way I can find out is I can just check what the audio source is for the ripsaw. Let me just check the audio source for the ripsaw. Yep, that is HDMI. Hello, Lucy. I'm sorry, my alerts don't seem to be working very well. Thank you for your raid. How are you doing? Have you been streaming? You've caught me wearing latex. Yay! That area, half rounded glass, that. Yeah, it's a bit nice, isn't it? Even I thought that myself, and I know you shouldn't be proud of your own builds, but I thought. Asks, what have you been streaming, you bellend? What have you been doing? What have you been playing? What game? Do we have... Yeah, hydrate is a good call. I went to a party. Let me just give you all my attention for a few seconds. So yes, I'm in latex. Look, I am in full latex. Well, I was in very full latex earlier. Actually, I'm just in. Let me get the latex light. Not that. That's party mode. So look, we have the latex light. We have the pocket light. We have the pocket light. So, when I juggle it like this, and I juggle it like this, you get all this wonderful lighting effect. It's good, isn't it, that? It's a very bright light. There we go. You can turn it right down. And you get some really good effect. Look at that on the latex. But anyway, yes. So I was playing. I was at a party earlier. I was at a party with friends. I was in latex. I will be putting some posts up later on my Discord and on my blog. But if you could give Lucy a shout out anyway, Mr. Goat. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I like a bit of Star Wars. Do you know I was playing earlier? Goat likes the ball. Goat likes the ball. Stop playing with your ball. I'm not playing with... I'm going to show you something here. Do you know what? I've got a pair of them. I've got a pair of balls. Woo. I'm not going to juggle them. They're a bit fragile. Yeah, they're... I can't remember what they're called. Yeah, Orbi, I think, or something. But yes, I've got the battery power. They have a little rechargeable base on them like that. So you dock them onto a base and they charge. So yes, I've got a pair of shiny balls, and the magnetic, so you can just click them onto things and use them for extra light. Yeah, I thought that'd make you smirk, Goat. But they really showed the latex off. I know you'll. Look at my mirror balls. Yes, you could call them. You could redeem mirror balls. Look at them shine. I don't know if that's going to work actually. Stream elements. Just check. Redeem rubber. Oh, that one. You like that? You like that one? Does need a slap though. Does need a slap. Oof. Yeah, that is me. That is me in my latex. It's redeem mirror balls. / redeem mirror balls. Yeah, that's me in my full latex. With a friend, actually. I was out with a friend and we went to Magna, a place I went the other day. When I shared the photos of my life being. This is the one. Look at my mirror balls, look at them shine. I don't know why we've not got sound on that. I need to check the sound on that one. I need to check the sound on the redeems. This. Oh, okay, Lucy. Yeah, this is the problem when you change to a new setup. All your sound and all your things go wrong. Let me just check the sound source on that. Nope. Oh, I don't know what I've just done there. I've just put one in there. Let me just check the sound source and see if there's a sound source for that. Stream elements active, monitor off. So you might have actually heard that. I didn't. So monitor and output. Let's just check. Let's do one myself. Helps if I use the right keyboard. Oh, why is that not working? Try again. Yeah, I don't know if that went through. I don't know whether that went through or not. I don't know what. I need to have a look at where my sound is going to. Let me just show the active sources. Yeah, it's not appearing on my audio mixer for some reason. Unhide all. Stream elements, that's why, because it's muted. Right. Try again, like on properties. Take that out to... I'm fixing this while you're on stream with me, you know. Fixing stuff for you guys. Advanced audio properties. Yeah, you won't hear it yet. Oh, you might hear it now. But it needs to go to its own audio source. So we need to take that to a special audio source, if it will allow me. Monitoring output. I don't know if it'll let me. That's the page. Advanced audio properties, filters. Nope. No, it's just saying monitoring output. So obviously it wants to just... I don't know. It's not, I'm not hearing it, but it doesn't matter for now. As long as you guys are hearing it. So let me... Yeah, don't forget to join the Discord as well, guys. It's wonderful. Right. Now I've done with that. So the tower probably needs to have its own snapping points. And I reckon if I do this, if I take that out of there, that's a good one. So let's build the tower next.
Happy, happy pancake day, pancake day, pancake day. Happy, happy pancake day by Jiv Lemon.
Oh, you like that one, don't you? Happy, happy pancake day, pancake day, pancake day. I need to sort out audio monitoring. Yeah, it's my first stream on a new setup though, so let me off. Don't go too hard on me. It's a bit like a new pair of underpants. It's constrictive and weird at first, but you get used to them. So yeah, we're gonna have to have a column on inside of there, really, to fill in that gap. Alright, see if I can do it that way. Yeah, it's got two positions. So it's either going to be make my own position up and go with it, run with it, or one of them doesn't work right well. Or tweak it like that. Does it let me snap to that? So it doesn't let you snap to a piece that's been put in using an offset then? Looking at that. It's not letting me snap to that piece. It doesn't let me snap to it. Ah, we've got some weird shit going off now. That was some weird shit. So if I do that, thank you for that, Vic, and then put that back on top like that. That was weird. That was well weird. Yeah, it feels like it's not snapping right now. But that was weird. So that's the setup we're looking at. So if I do that, and then that, so I'll do the same again. I'll put the towers in. I'll put the things in later, the windows and stuff. Let's get the structure completed. So I'm not getting snow blindness as well. Oh, it's not as bad now. I've changed time of day. So I get the feeling that this possibly just needs a bow. Nothing quite as big as that. So possibly that sort of size. You lot. You proof of what, Vic? Do I need to know this? Does an innocent, sweet, lovely person like me need to know about your deviances? So I think if I go for that... So... Fake news. You keep asking... Well, I know what your deviances are. I've seen pictures of you and your deviances. You're German. That's a big enough deviance. I can't say out. I'm English. We're the weirdest of the fucking lot. We're fucking okie dokie nation, us. In, out, shake it all about. We do the okie dokie and we... Yeah. Or is it the pokey corky in America? I'm sort of reserve German. That makes your backup deviant. Yeah, you're deviant version 2.0. A mini deviant. Right, this is going a bit weird. So I wonder if I just put a gentle bow on it. And then put a wooden beam down the middle. So put it like that. And then if I put a wooden beam down the middle, it's slightly bowed, but not as extreme. And then I can go down the lines of putting my usual window structures in. Oh, not like that. So that's what I'm thinking for this one. And it's from the outside. Once it's framed off at the top and bottom, looks something like that. Right, I'm going to turn those. Turn those because I don't like that thing at top. Two separate ones. So that's the sort of that's a simple window, which just needs one of these underneath it to finish it off, to trim it up like that. So that's a fairly simple style of window, so it's not as fancy as those two. Hey, a Bobbin! He's worky lurky. Right, that there, I'm thinking 1, 2, and then that one there. One, two, that one. So that's the that's carrying on the windows theme running round. And then there's the square tower. Now, one of the things I'm thinking with a square tower is putting like putting a diagonal turret on each corner, like a stolen light. So what it'd be is that going across to that. Oop, not like that. So it'd be that. Would that be a 6, or am I a bit too wide? So I'm thinking that, to just give it a bit of a more castle feel. But what I might do, because that's not a Valheim size. That's what I need to do really, is build it as a normal structure. So base it on that. Take it a single section either way. Single section like that, and then do it this way. There, that's more like it. And then that means that that can be, if I want to, raised like that. Which stops the floor being a pain in the arse to do. And then I can do the same again with this one. So I did this one like that. Like so. Like that. I just put a piece in somewhere. There's a piece somewhere at ground there. It's there, look. It's there. And then same again. Raise that up. And then it's right, raise staging areas. And then finally, do the same on this corner. Just adds a bit more interest. So this one I can carry on down. Same again, erased area. So next is to build them all up. Which would give me a single like that. Oh, not like that, like that. Same there. 3, 4. I'll just same again. I'll just put these in as solid blocks for now, and then I'll put windows in later, or whatever gets deemed appropriate. So you see, that's getting a bit more interest to it now, because that, I mean, that wall there, that wall needs features. Possibly there, actually, if I do that. It's looking a bit too bland, that wall. Do this, and then put those. And it's same there. Cock. So that adds interest to that wall. And then these towers here add interest to this. Let's see, does that work out to be a full piece? No, it's a bit weird. No, it's weird. So yeah, we're going to have a single at the end of it, aren't we? So if I put a single there, and put that there to create the new snap point. There we go. Now this might have a fire in one of these, actually. One of these might become a fireplace. That one might become a fireplace, actually. Thinking about it, because that'd make a nice fireplace, that. The right size and everything. If I do that with it. Because a lot of eating is going to be done with braziers. Oh, I think I have a good lady bringing me something. Let me just go to big camera. Yes, we have a knock. Oh, we have a bowl. Oh, we have a bowl. I need to go full camera for this. I'll show you. Oh, and we have a...
Where's the latest?
Oh, waves. Everybody waves at thing. Yes, I need to show you these. These are magnificent. And I believe there may be... Ooh. Beer, ice and Pringles. Pringles. What are the best flavour Pringles, chat? If you were to have Pringles, what would be your favourite go-to flavour? As he drops his...
You alright?
Yeah. I'm just sorting out my little table to put that on. Your thing is not on camera, but... Right, so what would be your favourite? Cheese and onion. We've got cheese and onion. Good thing groused. Again, this is a good thing groused is quick to build with. So, we're going to go front camera. And I'm going to show you. Now things are going to be visible. There's thing. Watch the Atari thing. That's thing. Say hello, thing.
Hello.
Hello, thing. So we have, I believe these are paprika. Yep.
One not in the bowl's the new one.
Well, what I need to show you. Well, you know the Koroks. I am collecting all the Koroks, and they are all so cute. Hello, Curtis. Welcome in, Curtis. I've got all the Koroks, all the cute Koroks, which I will put back on their respective places because they've been on the Nemesis bolts. So we have all the little Koroks, the ball of Koroks, and we have that one. I'm actually getting to the point now I can't remember what order they came in. However, so we have all the Koroks. We now have, let me just post this outside. We now have the final, that's number 6. So that is the final Korok. And they are going to be attached to some fairy lights with leaves twisted around them. Kids are being twats. You're trying to sort your twatty kids out, are you? So that is now 6 Koroks. So we are now fully complemented up on the Koroks. Yes, I thought those would make you go, oh. They are rather cute, aren't they? So things. Well, you need to see this as well. Just going back to the front camera. You need to see this. Oh, she's gone. That was a cat. That was a cat paw. Poking through. That was the cat. Mrs. Thing is awesome, apparently. Well, she's not called Mrs. Thing. She's just called Thing. Because otherwise, I would be Thing, and then she would be Mrs. Thing. So she's just Thing, singular Thing, as in a hand. So, or singular. However, I have bottled beer, and I've got a glass to put it in. She's treating me all middle class here. I've even got an ice cube, look. I know beer and ice, don't go there. Just don't go there. Don't go there. Don't. It's just because it's not very cold, apparently. So it's just a singular ice cube. But anyway, I do have Pringles. So, hydrate, beer drate. That is, by the way, that beer is from, let me check, it's French. So I'm on French beer at the moment. I like European beers. It's one of the things you do very, very well, is your beers. Better than our shite beers. Oh yes, ooh la la indeed. So back to Valheim. So Valheim. Let me put these in. So that's the top of the stairs. And then we're into the... Oh, please tell me there's not a problem with snaps. No, there is a position. There's a positional problem with snaps there. It's just minor. Yeah, there's a positional problem, but it's not. It's something I can deal with. Look, it's just the stairs come up a little bit harsh. So that's the end of the. That's the end of that. So yeah, just because of the stairs, we've ended up with a couple of tools there. Look. Oh, very well, Bobbin. Yeah, doing very well. I'm hoping you're doing well, because you know we don't see you as much as these days. But I know you've got a new job and you're now working Sundays and missing shiny Sunday streams. But that's okay. I'm not bitter. I understand people have lives outside of Twitch and Valheim. However, one thing I am going to say is I am thinking when Mushti gets out of hospital, I think we should have... Well, exactly. I think we should have a playthrough on Valheim again. I think we should do a playthrough. With Mushti along for the ride. If she wants. I'll back up the server. And we'll do it on the Looniverse server. Perhaps even invite a few other people along as well. Because I know there's a few people in here now who might like to join. Alright, so sort that out. So we've got the same problem again here. We're going to have the double meshing on the pieces. But it's all alright. It's all in good fun. £5 PM EST. So yeah. Understandable. But yeah, what I would probably do is make it that the server was only online when we were streaming, so nobody can run ahead and get resources. So we basically do it on a decent mode, and then the server only gets turned on for streams. So there's the... Yeah, I am totally already in bed by the time you get off work. Well, bearing in mind Monday is a working day for me, I have to... Yeah, I'm liking that now. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to copy the same pattern down there with the window. I know those windows are absolutely useless, they do nothing. There isn't going to be one there. And I need to just copy that through there if I can. It's not going to be easy, because the piece is right embedded. Thursday does not work for me, sadly, for streams. I have my astronomy club on Thursdays, and I don't miss that for anybody. Right, so we have now got a choice, and I think the choice is that. I think the choice is that we do that. Now these are going to be like, I think, raised seating areas with windows in them. And then this one's going to be a fireplace, because I built this one slightly further forward with the aim of it being a fireplace. So what I'd probably do is that. And then take it in with an arch there. Take that in with an arch. Yeah, unfortunately, Goat, people in the US don't get the same luxury as we do with days off. It's one of those things, unfortunate, that workers' rights are terrible at the side of European workers' rights. We get, in the UK, we get 25 paid days holiday a year. Hello, Mama Pinky. Oh, bum. I'm good. I'm just building in Jonathan's server. This is the Valheim server. Alright, so I'm going to drop that down. I'll put a fireplace in. And then I'm going to just put a false wall up the back. Because obviously that is now a further piece further forward. So if I do that... So it looks the same from the front. That's basically the idea. So it'll have a false wall up the back. It's only for as far as you can see. Once you can't see it, it's not a problem. I mean, you could slope it backwards, to be honest. Oh, I'll show Mama Pinky. I'll show you the airship. Well, have you seen the theme park? This is Looneyland. This is what I've been building. And what I'm building at the moment is the hotel. No, that's the ghost train. That's the venue. There's the parasols ride. There's another roller coaster. And there is the airship. And it's taking a lot of building. It'll just load. It's not quite loaded at all. That is taking a hell of a lot of building. And the airship is fully fitted out inside. That's the airship. This is in Jonathan's server, so if you're in Jonathan Raymaker's server, if you're in Valheim, you can come and visit it. It's Looneyland. And inside it's got that, which is basically giving it all the comfort it needs. So it's like a comfort station. That's the front. It's tethered down as well. There are some mods and some spawns done on this, and it is built in. It is built in admin mode. But yeah, that's the airship, and the idea is I'm going to copy paste a few around the. Oh yeah, it's on its own island. That's as far as I'm going now. I'm nearly halfway up the island. And that's the stuff I've been building. I've got a big Ferris wheel as well, look. We've got that. Which has got a lovely bone mass bobbling away on it. Those have gone out. So I need some guck to light those. We've got the Ferris wheel. That's the roller coaster. We've got a few rides built by other people as well, and these balloons. And that's somebody else's build. There we go. I think there's a sign on that one actually about it, because it tells you about it, because that was from Valcon. That's a Valcon build. Popcorn stall. We have that. Little bit of Ashlands. We have that. That's the Ripsaw style ride, or there's a wooden roller coaster here as well. See you, Bobbin. So yeah, what does every good theme park need? Oh, there's the boat swing ride as well. It takes ages to load the boats, but there are boats hanging for each of those. And there's a swinging boat as well. That does actually swing. And I'm currently building the hotel overlooking the park. Or the castle overlooking the park. And Boat Go Wee as well. I mustn't forget Boat Go Wee. Boat Go Wee needs restocking with a new boat actually, so I'll put a new boat on it. So Boat Go Wee is just here. So I'll put a new boat on Boat Go Wee. So Boat Go Wee is... It's not the long ship, it's the carve. And it basically just needs dropping there. About there. And the idea of Boat Go Wee is you can sit on the carve and you can launch it down into the water, and it does actually launch down that ramp. So that's Boat Go Wee. Yeah, we've got that as well. We've got a log flume. That's the back of the venue. So the back of the venue has actually got really nice views. That's the venue with its stage. A fully kitted kitchen as well. Loads of food getting ready to be brought out. Battery's gone out. More roller coasters, vending stalls, that, and then back to the airship. So that is Looneyland. Oh, yeah, that's as well. Zipper. Forgot the zipper. That is Looneyland. And that's why I'm building it a hotel. Because it needs a hotel. So let me just go and repair my tools. Now bearing in mind, once this shell is built, it's going to be 2 stories, once this shell is built, I then need to go out there and actually decorate it. So that's the fireplace done. Now the only bit is, does that match with that? It does. So yeah, that works. Oh, not there, not there. Not that one, loons. Get rid of that. That should be a fairly easy fill in then. So I can do that with those. That's the only one because that one's a chimney. So I just need to do that with that one. Like that. Because that's the chimney for downstairs. Could actually put a fireplace in this room and have this like as a grand, the tower bedroom. That sounds nice. Have that as the tower bedroom because it's got a really good view. I bet you can see roller coaster. See the thingy from here actually. The UFO. Yeah, the UFOs there. Look. So yes, you can. Beer. Well, that's what I'm thinking. If we have a suite, because you're gonna have a really lovely. You're gonna have a very expensive suite in there. Alright. So what I did want to check is this. I need the long log beams because they're the longest you can get. I want to make sure it's the same height. Because if it's not the same height, then I've done something wrong. So yeah, there's something wrong there, look. Because the roof starts further back. So what's happened that's caused that to go awry? Well, the other alternative is that I use that roof as my reference. But then it's not going to work because that doesn't line up. I'm just wondering what's happened there, why that doesn't line up. Is it the piece that's too far forward? I just don't know. Yeah, it's way back. But I thought something were wrong because it were snapping in wrong position. I'm trying to remember how I did that one. I think I did it off this wall here actually. Pay an arm and a leg to stay here. Oh god, an arm, a leg and your heart and liver and lungs. Ah, oh. You ever get Pringles and turn yourself into a duck? Hmm? You ever do this? Ah, ah, ah. You're going to say now you don't. And I've just made myself look like an absolute fool. Good, send them over here. Right, let me try this then. So that's put that over the middle of the bay window, has it? Right, the middle point of the bay window is quite difficult to find because it's not really. So yeah, if you look, it's a bit offset. It's made from potato paste. Well, it's still made from potatoes, but it's made from potato. It's made from potato starch. Exactly the same stuff that mashed potatoes are made from. With hash get smashed. So yeah, that is not quite. Is that in the middle? So they're centred. That's got the same on either side. So those two should be the same. Those two should be the same. Now, let me try this technique. So if I put, I think it's that. It's two up. So if I put two up and then start the roof there, does it start on a beam? It starts on a weird shit. It starts on a halfway like that, which would give it right the gutter. The gutter is one of those that's flipped over. So that would be the gutter. See if this works better, and then it lines it up a bit. So yeah, what it's done, look, it's come down bad. And the only thing is we end up with a crossover at the top there. Right, the gutter is at different heights. And the gutter is at different heights, even though the gutter is... Right, try it this way. Try establishing a new roof line. Because I've got a gutter there. So I can always mask that. So if I take it over the gutter... That establishes a totally new roof line. And that overlaps the gutter at each side. I just can't build anything normal, can I? I always have to do some weird shit that sends me builds crazy. I've just built a piece of roofing in there somewhere again. So that gives me that sort of effect underneath, which does not look too bad. So if I do that and finish that line off, it'll mask over. I'll mask over the bay for a start, which means I can then heavy build up to there. 1, 2, 3. And then one of those. Now what I could do, actually swap that ending to become wood. So if I change that to wood at that point, four, 5, it means I get the correct top pieces. Which means I can put... No, I don't make things easy, do I? I mean, I do get the results eventually, but there's often a path of least resistance and most swearing. So that is the outside of that, which I don't think looks bad. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that out of the matter and change that to wood as well. That looks quite German, actually, or Austrian. That looks very Austrian, because then I can turn this middle one into a tower. Now, because we're going into a gutter, I can put an external roof on there. Just thinking how I can do that. Oh, it's an internal. I put an internal roof on there. Same there. Actually, I don't think that needs that. I don't think that needs that at all. At all. So we've got the gutter. So that means I should be able to establish a roof line from the gutter. So I need that one there. I don't know why I did that, I don't need to. So yeah, look, it's not right, it's not centred. It's a good job I've got the gutter. So I might just, because I can't get this to work, I might just turn that into a flat top tower. Just put a flat top on that. Or perhaps even a spire. So if I go for like a crenellated effect, turn it into an octagonal tower, like so. So that can become an octagonal bedroom. Well, the only bit I do need to do is make sure that I put the pieces to line up with the floor properly, not like that. That's better. Let's create that up there. Right. Do I need the tap? If I need that, do I even need that? Because I'm not sure I do. Right, so a doorway in. And go there. So that'll be an octagonal bedroom. That just needs this bit of dressing here. That needs a round window. Can't do a round window, but I can do this. I can do like a pattern like that. And then if I put that through there, like that, comes through as in the roof as a cross. So the only bit I need to do is protect that somehow. That can go, and that one up there can go. And I think just drop some glass in there. Now this is going to need a bit of building out just to shield that in. So what I'd probably do is strike a new line. Do it that way. That's found that roofing piece that I dropped in anyway. And then do that. Possibly even slope them backwards a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Just to hide the roof, basically. Oh, good night, Mama Pinky. Be nice to see you around though. And hope your kiddie feels better soon. Right, so reset that. Let's just see if this is going to work. If I base one there, I think that's going to snap through into the next room. I think that's going to go through into the next room, isn't it? It's going to come through. Yeah, it's come through, unfortunately. So what I might need to do is rethink about how I do that bit there. I know you're not strictly sheltered, but just do it with that. I know you're not strictly sheltered if you're not under a roofing panel. And I could also mirror that at that side to give it the same sort of feel. So only to view it from front. Right, so it's just those at the end. Now the problem with those is they're not the same width. It's just one of those things. That's too shallow. That's too shallow. Right, that now gives it the look of a building, but it's not got rid of the snow look. So the only way I'll get rid of the snow is with grousting. Like so. And that gets rid of the snow. Do I have a snapping point? That one. Here you go. Oh God, that sounds bad. Send hugs from everybody in stream anyway. I'm sure we are all sending massive hugs. So that is the That is another bedroom. Let's just check if I can do what I think I can do. So what I need to basically do is just rock that inwards a bit. Right, has that come out the front? Oh, you bell. Yes, it has. Right, so that one's come out the front. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I'm saying it's making it out like it's worse than it is. It's not. It's not that bad. So, what I'm thinking for windows is look outside and see where the best position for the windows are. They'll probably be there and there. That's the only problem. So unless I make this like a loft bedroom, make this into like a loft bedroom where you go up to it, and then put some storage underneath. Yep. I think that has poked through. Oh no, it's a fair old gap. If I do that, turn it into a loft room, I could possibly even do something a bit more with that. Take those out of there. Because that lines up beautifully. So if I put that like that, flip that round, flip it back, and then there I can have 3, 4. I can have that. Yes, I'd want to put that like so. And then 3 of those on top. Now someone's telling me really I want to put those in. I want to do that. I want to create a 2-layer window. So if I put those in, And then I need to create an inner layer for the glass and the door. So I need an inner door, so I need that to go there. I need a secondary wall, which will carry the glass. Nope, not like that. Not like that, you don't. And that carries that. And then the glass goes on the inner, like so. And get rid of that. Put some frames in. And then finally, those. I'll leave a vent hole at the top. Right. There's the door. There's the door frame. Right, let's see what that looks like. Voila! That's what I wanted to achieve. That's the look I wanted. We've got balanced wood above as well. Oh, thank you, Marcus. Thank you for the compliment. I try. I do try. So because they stand up like that, you see, it looks like it's a bit more crenellated. Now the only bit is getting the snaps to work right on these bits, because these are... Oh, they're not actually. They're not normalised there. That's the correct snap for the top. Now what I like about these sorts of towers is they often don't have walk-on roofs. What you can often do is put... Oh, we don't need the Queen's power, do we, really? So because we know it's a proper geometric sculpture. Now the only thing with it is, I know just from my experience that finding the exact middle isn't just a case of guessing. Because I know that how these bloody things work. If I put those there, you see, what we'll end up with is we'll end up with an over snapped point there. So finding the middle on one side is easy, because that's the middle. But finding both sets of the middle is very difficult. So you end up tending to use the doors trick. And the doors trick is that you put one of those on there. Which gives you plenty of options for your snap points. Now that's the first snap point, that's the second snap point, so it's about halfway down there. It's about halfway between those two of the snap points I need. So it's about that one, I'd say. Which would mean that that is the middle. So I reckon if I go up there now and put, let me just check this. If I go up there now and put these in. Should give me a nice roof. Needs to be in the middle of that one there. And there goes my hammer. So that gives me a nice snapping point. And then if I then transpose that round to there, do that. So unfortunately with this, it's all line of sight stuff. Right, that should give me a nice roof effect, which might need a little bit of dressing around the edges. Oh, thank you, Marcus. Thank you. I'm glad everybody's liking what I'm doing. It's bloody hard work. Well, that was good. That was good beer. Right, I should be able to building pipette that. And just go and drop it down here. And then get rid of that. Because it just needs to be a little bit lower. So if I get rid of that one, I'm going to go and pick that back up again. Does it let me drop on the top? It's not going to let me drop on top, is it? Nope, it does not like me dropping on the top. Let me try putting a point on top. if I put a point on top, it should give me a snapping position. Building pipette. There we go. I don't know if this is going to work. Yes, that is going to work. So what I need to do is raise the snap point up. And then try again. Does not like creating that top snap point, does it? So I'll raise it a bit more. I can create a point that's far enough out. That's it. That's got a snap point up top now. So I need to put another piece on top. Pick that back up again. Will this work? Right, so it's snap point 3. Like that. Like that. There we go. We've got a tower. And it's got a proper medieval style roof as well. So the only thing I need to do now is go around here and line that. What I can do with that is quite easy, because I can just do that. Oh, that gets rid of... Ah, but I don't like that. That looks horrible. So I'm going to do that with wood instead. Oh, right, I've just thought wood doesn't get the buff that I want. Does Grouston sideways? Does Grouston sideways block the... Because if Grouston sideways blocks it... Yes, it does. I can do that. Go out outside and do that. So I'll use that one for the same one. Something not right there. I think that needs to be lower actually. That's where it is. Right, so if I rotate the Groston like that, and then try and get it in there, can I do it from below a bit easier? I can, if it'll snap. Also, something's not right with that pillar there. That pillar there is too far in. Looks okay now. There's the snap. It's there. That one. Right, that should now be sticking in more. Yeah, then we'll like it. So, are we sheltered in all of this area? We are. So if we're sheltered in all this area, that means I can now use some wood for the real roof. So I do that. That can go. Right, so I've got the middle piece there, which is good. So it means I can do that. Build patterns. So if I put that like so, that will let me put put the same there. And I need that one that way on. Get rid of that. And finally, that one like so. And then a brazier. Hang up like that. So that gives you a look at that gives you a look at the thingy. Right, I will redeem that stretch. Oh. I will indeed redeem that stretch. Yep. There's one outside somewhere. So if I put some nice doors on there, what would I put on there? I mean, those are the correct doors. Those are the correct doors, and you put those out. They need those above. And then that gives me another bedroom. So this is the tower bedroom. Let's cut the window in. We'll put some wood reinforcement in frame on this one. Right, nice big rug. Let me just go and mend my tools. Go and I do a mend on my tools. So this is going to be another nice bedroom, so let's get some lox rugs in this one. Nice fluffy lox rugs. I've noticed I've got a little bit of snow there, look. Did I see some snow? Thought I saw snow. Or did I dream that? Oh, that's weird. It's appeared again. I'm just wondering if I ought to just put a piece there. No, because it's going to stick through edge of the tower, that's why. I'm just wondering if I ought to do those. That's a bit too far, that sticks through edge of the tower. Just lengthen those. Just so the shutter overhang the edge of the tower. Because they seem to be getting a bit of daylight through. Yeah, I don't think that's made any difference. Has it made any up there? No, we've got nothing sticking through up there. Right. So there is one wall I could put a fireplace on this one. If I did want a room fireplace, I could put one on there. Which could go something like, I don't know, stick with brazier I think. Stick with standing brazier. Actually, if I put the lox rug there, it covers those holes in the floor. I do that, put the bed over that. I put that like so. Do a couple of those, and then put those sideways on. Check. I just need to check that doesn't break outside. I don't think it will, but let me just go and check it once I've done this. 1, 2. Nope, we have no breakthrough. We do have a weird block there. I'll get rid of that. So that's worked okay. So I'll put a bed on there. There's the middle. I'm thinking that should be a single room, so I'll put that one. Right, that's the bed done. We'll have a chest here. That's my favourite because it's a nice clean one, that one. We'll have a throne. You can sit and look out the window. Table. A regular chair. Stick another lox rug under there. Onto a proper banner. We'll go with red because they're nice and warm. Light for when it runs out, which it's going to do eventually. That one will bark on me. what else can I put in here? Let's have some seasonal things in here. Let's put a jack-o'-lantern on the table to get me a seasonal buff. That's given me 10. That's got me 10. I have a barbering station. Now the only way I could get higher is to put one of those in, but I think that's a bit too much for this room. I'll probably get that buff from next room actually if I put one there. Let's just see. So that's 11. And then obviously we need things like a hot tub and that. Right. So that's the tower done. Which I think looks good. I think it needs another line round it though. I think it needs another line at the top of the window like that other one's got. Like that. That's the bit. I don't know if it's going to let me snap to that. It's not actually a snapping point. See if it'll let me do it to there. No. So I'll need to create an artificial snap point for that. And the other thing I needed to do is on the halfway points. I think this might work and not stick through actually, because I've got pieces in there. And it only really needs to be up front. No, I don't actually like that. I think I just like it as it is. I think that's just perfect. So it looks good from underneath. It looks good in the room. Got a decent view of the roller coaster coming in. Stairs lead down to there. That probably needs a window there actually, because you've got the roller coaster going out there, look. So that probably needs a small window rather than the big one. That one needs the one with the small Grouston arch. So 3, 4, 6. That one. One thing with that one, you have to put the you have to put wood pieces in corners because there's no piece that fills that. So you end up putting wood fillers in corners. And then glaze that. And then that's the problem you end up with, is you end up with the glass showing through. Just see if I can put the wood fillers in the corners further forward. Don't think there is. I think it's a case of you get what you're given with this stuff. I think you just have to deal with it, unfortunately. That's why I usually put curtains in corners on these sort of windows, like that. You just get a view of the top of the arch. I'm going with curtains at the top. Let's do this. Let's have a windowsill. So we've just got that one to fill for some reason, because I think I've just took that one out by mistake. There we go. That's looking good. I really do not like that. That's more like it. So let's think about calling it a night anyway, because I am getting rather tired. I've had a very long day. I will stick some photos on the Discord later though of me at the party. And let's go back to the front camera. So yes, I'm feeling a little flaked now. So there's 5 of us left in. That's ironic actually, because a few minutes ago there were like 12, I think. Let's see who's streaming and we can raid art. Let's see who we can raid art. So I'm catching me raid. We've got Thread Menace. Let's raid Thread Menace. Let's raid Thread Menace. So join me in raiding Thread Menace. And I shall bid you a very good night and keep shining.